Welcome to this week's garden video. It's been an eventful morning. So I asked Mother Nature, as you know, for lots of rain. She delivered, but also the reason why I'm standing in the guest bedroom is because your girl has a leak. And this happens to me all the time. Whenever I have like an appointment or I have to be somewhere, it could be 6 o'clock in the evening, I will waste the whole day just because I have that one thing. And I want to go out and dig in the garden to move the plants. Remember the plants I was saying that I want to move because they didn't do great this year. But I'm waiting on, I think, a plumber. I don't know who's coming. I just rang my house insurance thing and I was like, yeah, girl has a leak. Send help. And they were like, okay. It looks like, you know what, touch wood. I'm very grateful. I'll show you. It's not, I don't know what kind of leak it is, but it's not a bad one. I say touching wood because things in your house, I know how it starts. Things start off small and then before I know it, this whole ceiling could be removed by the end of the day. So I say that lightly. Looks like someone just spilt tea on my ceiling. I don't know if it is from the roof or if it's from a radiator that's above. I'll show you. You see it? I know you're here for the garden content in the Sunday video, but this is my leak. Not good because it's right next to an electrical thing. But the good news is, like, nothing is damaged here, so everything is like perfect. So my guest bedroom is lovely. So I am just waiting, oh no, for my plumber to come. While I'm waiting on the plumber, I thought I would share my new toy. I wanted one of these last year, but just to give you a heads up, if you want a leaf blower, get one now because last mid-October when I was full of leaves, I couldn't get good ones. The one I bought was like not good. Wait, you see what I got. Your girl's got I bought this, and I love how like most YouTubers would be like, hey, look at my new hair tool, whereas I'm like, look at my leaf blower. So I bought this. I'll leave a link for it. Now I did buy the slightly more expensive one because if you've seen my previous autumn videos, you know I get a lot of leaves. So my plan for this year, I'll open this up. My plan for this year is to try and, I can't physically mulch all of the leaves that I get. Like, I've nowhere to kind of store it all. Like, I'm happy to give it away. So my plan is to blow the leaves where I want it, mow them, and then use that cut down leaf as a mulch to stick onto the flower beds. That's loosely my plan, and then the rest can be composted or it can be bagged up to make leaf mold. I can give it away. If any of my neighbours are watching and you want some leaf mold, hit me up. Mother Nature gives me a lot of leaves. So the leaf blower that I bought last year didn't even make a dent because I get big chunky wet leaves. So I got the Ryobi one just because I have a lot of Ryobi tools anyway and I have their batteries. So what is that noise? Do you hear that noise? Hopefully it's not something else breaking in my house. So let's have a little look. I love getting a new power tool. Oh. Okay, my first impression is this is lovely and light, but actually the battery isn't too bad. Wow, I want to go out and like blow stuff. Oh yes. This gives me joy. Oh, my first impression is, let me fix my camera. I've said it before in like craft videos, but I actually suffer from, and touch wood, I haven't had a bout of it in ages, but I suffer from tendonitis in my thumbs mostly. Like, I had an operation on this thumb and I had injections in this one in 2020, but I haven't had any issues with my hands the past 2 years. However, I'm always cautious to try and use tools to lighten the load on my hands, and one thing I always need is something that's lightweight because of the strain that happens in my thumbs. What happens is my thumbs start clicking, and this one locked in place a couple of years ago and I ended up needing an operation to get it unlocked. I was stuck like this for a couple of months and they straightened it. Anyway, random information. But first impression, I need to go out and like blow some leaves. I don't have any yet to blow, but it's lovely and lightweight. Do you know what? Let's go out and blow some leaves. Hang on, I want to put the hairdryer attachment on. Oh, yes. The battery died. No, I didn't charge it. Yeah, it's dead. I probably have one inside actually. The one that came with it is dead. So we will come back to this. But it's definitely, it's hard to tell because the ground is really wet, but it got up that kind of like debris that was in the stones. There's like stuff that has fallen, like berries from this tree, but I'm very happy. Ah, Miss Blondie, you get some sunshine, my friend. Now, while I'm waiting for my plumber to show up, I realised I have some red tomatoes and I didn't think I was going to get some because, I mean, the Irish weather, like the plant itself is looking a bit scalding, my tomato plant, but I think it's because it went from drought to rain. However, look at this juicy tomato. I'm so excited. There's a couple more here. Some of the beefy ones, they haven't turned red yet, but look at the size of that. So, not doing too bad. The ones down there, they fell off, and I just left them down there to see. I don't know what they're going to do, but they're actually ripening, so I might take them inside and see if they ripen a bit more. So yes, delighted with that. Also, the autumn plants that I planted in last week's video are doing well. A little bit more growth on the mums. There we are, dead-headed dahlias, and I have some new ones ready to open. So this little corner is enjoying the soak from the rain. Now I'm in the greenhouse because I'm hoping I can hear my plumber. Told you, can't get anything done while I'm waiting on someone. But the other day I did a practice walk for my Camino, and I parked at Farmley in the Phoenix Park, which is beautiful if you're ever looking for somewhere cute to visit if you're in Dublin. And I walked from Farmley to St. James's Church because that is, you can get a Camino stamp on your passport there. But unfortunately, I was 10 minutes late. I didn't realise that the church closes at 12:30 and it was completely closed. So I need to do that walk again. But it was a lovely walk because it was lovely and sunny. And on the way back, there is a walled garden in Farmley. And I was saying in my kind of like garden overwhelmed video that, you know, obviously like sometimes gardening gets overwhelming, but it was really nice to see their walled gardens and that loads of their plants, like, it gave me a little bit of a confidence boost. No shade to the OPW who do an amazing job looking after it, but I was like, I have way more flowers in my garden still flowering at this time of year compared to some of the plants in their borders. Now they had an absolutely stunning rose like garden section, like the pink roses were absolutely stunning. I feel like I got one flush on my roses. The rose out the front is flowering again actually, but the pink one, it went once and that was it, even with deadheading it. So it was nice to see and visit, and like, you shouldn't, comparison is the thief of joy, but it was nice to do, like, because that's a realistic garden. Like when you go to a garden centre, everything is pretty because they're selling plants. They're not going to have half dead plants unless they're down in the like discount section. So it was nice to see like a real garden and what was growing and what wasn't and what had gone to seed. Like I saw they had, oh, look at Blondie. Can you see her in the corner? Oh, she's so funny. So yeah, it was nice to see what had gone to seed for them. And because it's only like 20 minutes down the road, if even 20 minutes, like what is kind of growing there would kind of grow in my garden too. But like their Shasta daisies had like gone to seed, and here's me trying to grow one out the front, deadheading it and everything, and it's like, okay, maybe it's past, you know, leave it. So yeah, what am I trying to say there? Visit realistic other gardens in your area to see what is growing, because it gives you a nice kind of like, oh, it's okay, their plant is dead too. And I don't feel so bad. And then when you see that you have some colour in your garden compared to other ones, it's like a nice little confidence boost. Anyway, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I'm going to get my shovel and spade out of the shed and get it ready. And then I'm just going to have lunch and a cup of tea, wait for my plumber, because I can't get anything done. I don't want to start digging and then I have to show them around my house and I have like mucky feet everywhere. I want to dig in peace. So yeah, I'm going to get my tools ready. Tools and tea. And then, yeah, dig. Since I last spoke to you, I have gotten my dodgy roof tiles fixed and I got stung by a wasp. So, is there a full moon? Or is Mercury retrograde? Or is this just a lot of crazy happening today? Anyway, I managed to go 34 years without ever being stung. And I've been stung twice in the past month by wasps. But at least I know I'm not like allergic. That'll go down by the end of the day. Okay, now the job at hand. I'm going to move, I think, one hydrangea. See how it reacts. Because the other one doesn't look as bad. So I'm going to move the one that's bad. See how it gets on in the new home. And how it settles in. And then I'll move the other one. Anyway, I'll show you what I mean. So, welcome to the front border. That has looked much better, but the yellow rose is having a second bloom. Now, this poor hydrangea Annabelle, there is actually some new growth on it, but I'm going to move it and take it out of here. I have a rambling rose to stick in there in its place, and I'm going to move it. That's the other one. As you like, that one is in a much better condition than the other one. I don't think I'm going to move this one today. So I'm going to move it, I think, in here to grow up that way. I might move the like Buddha over. This is a hydrangea runaway bride, and I think I might take it out and put it into a pot, but mix ericaceous soil in, because since I put it into the ground like 2 years ago, it's never done amazingly, and the hydrangeas that are like out the back, they are in pots with ericaceous soil and they seem to do much better. So I think I might do that, but for now I'm going to move that hydrangea, and yeah, I think I'm going to put it in around here where the Buddha is, so then at least the wall gives it a little bit of support and a little bit of shelter from the wind. So hopefully next year that climber will grow up. This wall I think I might actually do hooks and wire instead of like a trellis. Like I have trellis down here for the clematis, but I think I don't want to have a big kind of trellis, so I think I might do hooks drilled in and then some wire and train it up the wall. I tried to get it as close to the wall as well as I could. Lovely yellow rose giving me a nice September bloom. So my plan is, this hydrangea isn't in too bad condition compared to the other one. I'm not going to move it just yet, because if the one down there shows signs of dying, I can take cuttings from this, and then at least I have a little bit of an insurance policy. So if I kill the one down there, at least this one isn't looking too bad before I move it. I have a rambling rose to go in its place there. Look how pretty these zinnias are. I planted them from seed, and I definitely need to do them again next year. Hopefully they self-seed actually. So that is, oh Blondie, don't be chewing that. Yes, the Rebecca, remember I was saying last week, it's like the drought never let it come up. I don't know if it's going to come up, but we shall see. So the hydrangea is in there, so we'll see what happens. I don't want to cut the flowers off it. I just took off some dead leaves in case. They say to leave the heads on them to overwinter them because it protects them from frost. So I'm just going to leave this. Maybe next year it will have a better year, but definitely this end of the bed is much more kinder to them because there's not as harsh a sun compared to where it was, and the soil is a bit more moist. So that's all I could do for now. But yeah, I would have loved these to come up the Rebecca for a bit of colour, but I think what I might do is, the heucheras love it here, so I might maybe do some more. So like I have a gap here, I have some gaps around here, so I might get some more heucheras maybe in this colour, maybe one more of each, and bulk them up and do some more, and then that way I have less kind of soil on show. But anyway, Rome wasn't built in a day, so that is what I moved today. So yeah, hopefully next year we have a better year with this section, but I think this should be my project to make it work better for next year. Also, I wish you could smell this. This is some of the, what's it called? Chamomile. Now it looks a bit weedy, but there's loads of new growth. I only planted this about a month ago, I think before I went away on holidays. This smells amazing. Girl needs to make some chamomile tea. But yeah, I wanted this just to cover this little section, but it's starting to flower and it just smells amazing. And also the pond has, because of all the rain we had, has come up nice. And oh, Miss Blondie's back. Hi. Yeah, the water level has risen because it actually went a bit low with the lack of rain, but it is nice and full once again. Hey. Hi. Hello. Me and B are going to end our video there. Another thing I was thinking of doing was, I need to make a list of the plants that I want to divide. So the likes of the geraniums that I was saying in last week's video, and I have a geum that I bought, and I'm going to ask my neighbour if he'll divide them for me, because I'm afraid that I'll like harm the plant. So he like gives me geranium cuttings or divisions or dividings, and he's ruthless, but they never die. So I need to make a list, and then maybe early October get him to divide up some of my plants. Like that geranium, that pinky one behind me, has been like a good flower all year in the garden. So yeah, I need to make a list of the things that I want to divide. Free plants. I'll also see if I can record him dividing so that you can get some free plants too. That is me for the garden today. Eventful day. If you're new, I'll leave a link to the playlist. I upload a garden video on a Sunday and then like a regular craft house video on a Thursday. Subscribe if you're new. For my OGs, cheeky thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one.